Now, India is launching a major charm offensive in Jammu and Kashmir. For a week, starting tomorrow, more than 30 ministers will travel to the region.
And it follows the move last August by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to scrap the area's autonomous status. New Delhi says it's working to integrate the Indian-controlled part of the state with the rest of the country.
Our correspondent Neha Punia joins us now for more on this. Neha, what is the purpose of the ministers travelling to Jammu and Kashmir?
This is going to be overseen by the Indian Interior Ministry, and the aim, the government says, is to try and tell the people of Jammu and Kashmir how this new status of the region, where the region has effectively come under New Delhi's control, is going to help the people there, how it's going to boost development in that area as well, which is why you'll have 36 union ministers staying in Kashmir for over a week, interacting with people, taking their feedback, and also addressing concerns they might have about the security and information clampdown that's been in place for over 5 months now. It's the first time since August last year that we're seeing an outreach of this kind. Ever since, only a handful of federal government officials have been to Kashmir, and every time they've come back to Delhi, they've always claimed that the region is seeing a normalcy, that the people of the region are very happy with what the government did back in August last year. This is perhaps, experts say, the first admission from the government that all is not well there. They're admitting that the people are still unhappy, and this is an attempt, they say, to address that. Many experts are also pointing that this has got a lot to do with the kind of criticism India has seen from many foreign envoys, including the delegation that was taken to Kashmir last week. Many of those envoys, including one from the United States and from Asian countries, said that the region is far from normal, with the security and information blackout there really impacting daily life.
All right, saying all that, with the unhappiness there, we know that there's been an escalation of tensions in Indian-administered Kashmir in recent months. How has revoking the region's autonomy actually impacted daily life?
Let's talk about internet. It was suspended a day before that bill was brought to Parliament here in Delhi and was passed with a huge majority. And the government says it did that to ensure that no misinformation was spread, that there were no separatists who could try and use the medium to misinform people and foment unrest on the ground. But it's something that you and I take for granted. Imagine not having the internet even for an hour. Here, the people of Kashmir have lived without internet for 164 days. Last week, you also had the Indian Supreme Court coming down hard on the federal government, calling that clampdown on information services a violation of fundamental rights. Since then, the government says they have partially restored internet. Broadband services are working. You've got 2G services on some mobile phones, but people don't have access to social media still. They still can't use internet services on their mobile phones, and that's had a cascading effect. Many people in the initial days complained that they weren't even able to call an ambulance if there was an emergency at home. There were many fires that went unreported because calling services were also banned for a long time, and there's been a massive impact on the economy of the region. Losses of about $2 billion have been reported in the last 5 months. Many people losing their jobs. And Kashmir is one of the most beautiful parts of India, and the tourism industry there has been badly hit as well.
All right, thanks for that update. Neha Punia speaking to us from New Delhi.